Welcome to Movie Madness Reactions with Mad Max. I had to do it. It's been a while since I've done that. Sorry for your ears. I react to madness in fandom and entertainment on the internet. Who's mad today? Why do I cover the same people? Well, usually they are the ones carrying out on the internet. And I was sent this by good pal Kevin Street. Shout out to Kevin. This is intriguing. I only watched the first like a minute of it. It's called Why Hollywood Can't Compete with YouTube in the Video Game Industry, featuring Clifton Duncan. So what's really crazy is, maybe I should share the thumbnail first. This is the thumbnail. I can't even get past the thumbnail without thinking this is absolutely hilarious and ridiculous. We are taking over. YouTubers that only shit on the entertainment industry are taking over the entertainment industry. If the entertainment industry ceased to exist, you wouldn't have a job. I mean, it doesn't get it's just that simple. It's that ridiculous that they say we're taking over. What would you talk about? If it was just you would be YouTubers complaining about nothing if it wasn't for the entertainment industry. So that is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot wait to see this video. Thank you again, Kevin, and keep the suggestions coming. Do you want a mad reaction with the Madman? Let me know in the comment section below. Make some suggestions. Share with me on Twitter. I'm planning on doing more of these mad reactions. Solo pre-record vids for the future. I will do them on live streams as well. And I don't always have to react to madness. I can react to entertainment too. Something good. But let me share the audio here. Of course, this is from Friday Night Tights. Complain about everything, but they're taking over. Remember that. They're taking over. No one would tune into their channel if they didn't talk about Marvel, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Star Trek, Doctor Who. No one would watch their shit. Honestly, who would watch their stuff if they didn't talk about it? Huh? Nobody. All right. Let's get it started.
Nerdrotic.com.
I recently had to walk out of the movie theaters because of wokeness, and I'm like, I'm just...
Yeah.
Now, Gothix TV. I've checked out her channel. She's very well spoken. Okay. But she has an agenda as well because she talks about anti-woke. She makes a lot of her funds being anti-woke. And I get this question a lot. Before I continue, I get this question a lot. If someone is a minority and they are speaking out against woke, how can you say, like I call these dudes the Friday Night Whites? How can I keep saying that? Well, and some may even accuse me personally of this. Can you be prejudiced against your own race? Potentially. I think you could be a little bit ignorant towards what other people in your own race experience. Now, I think the Friday Night Whites are very hyperbolic, and they don't really have to deal with shit. And it's their white privilege, and they don't want to deal with any inconvenience. I think they are the Karens of the internet, and I'm not going to stop calling them that. Now, I don't want to speak for a black woman or black man, but I tend to think that because, and I don't know her life experience, maybe she's dealt with prejudice as well, but just because she doesn't experience it or doesn't think it's an issue, some issues that social justice warriors bring up, doesn't mean it's the same thing for every person. Everyone's life experience is different. We do need to make more progress. We're not there yet. So, to the extreme, some social justice warriors want you to believe that there are literal Aussies everywhere. There are some. And then the other side of the coin, the other part of the scale, is that we're progressed and people are only speaking out when they want attention. And that's hyperbolic as well. we have a lot of progress we still need to make, and we're not there yet. So both extremes are social justice weirdos for real. And there's a lot of money to make on both extremes, just like Anita Sarkeesian. So let's hear what she said. But to say that we're taking over when that's the majority of our views come from, like no one watched the Geeks and Gamers music video or whatever he did a while ago. No one cares about Jeremy unless he's complaining about women or diverse castings. Immediately jumping the shark saying it's woke when any woman or minority gets hired. And then, you know, there's a lot of money to be made there. Where's RK at?
We talked about that. Do tell.
Candyman.
Really?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard.
don't-
How bad is it?
I don't want to.
Oh, you see him rubbing his hands together? He is ready to go on that hate train. Did you see how? I mean, you don't have to hide it. Look at him. He was rubbing his hands together, waiting. Oh, I get to talk about Candyman. I can't wait. 3/4 white Garrett. I can't wait.
Ruin the terribleness for you.
Oh, I gotta go watch it.
Please do.
Can we get? I am going to jump for literal joy if I ever hear X-Ray. Why is she on screen? Why is she on screen? If X-Ray Girl ever comments on a topic, I will literally jump for freaking joy. I'm gonna make a separate video. Can X-Ray Girl say something, please? I think she's captive. By the way, no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. Blink twice if something's wrong, X-Ray Girl. Does she blink? I don't know if she blinks. Let's watch if she blinks. Now I'm not even listening to the words.
We ruin it every
Oh,
time.
yeah.
It's what I expected, but worse.
Is that bad?
From the very first scene, it was like police brutality. Like the first.
Okay, now that is not politics injected where it isn't, is it? Police brutality is very much a topic of conversation, and it's real. You know, I don't say defund the police. I say reform the police. We need the police. There's a lot of good first responders and police, men and women out there that deserve your respect. But to say it's not an issue and that it shouldn't be if it's in a movie that it's immediately woke, how can you even talk? I suggest to you viewers, how can you even talk about the police or that situation without commenting on current events? I think if you remove that from the conversation, it'll be awkward. If it's become so much a part of the conversation, but if you don't address these things, it's the exact opposite. Removing current topical events would make things stale and generic and not with the times. That's where you go the exact opposite. I honestly want to hear from you viewers. What do you think on that? Can you comment? Can you have the police in a entertainment property like TV show or movie series where they never address this? Because it's very much, it's an important topic as well. I think it should be addressed. And I think that's part of how the conversation is a healthy conversation, is including. I think it's actually absolutely ridiculous to say just because it has it in there. It should be in this movie, I believe. I guess I will have to see the context of the film. I am looking forward to Candyman. I'm still I cannot wait to say they can't compete with YouTube in the video game industry. Hollywood can't compete with the people that complain about it. Okay.
See, the first one.
Okay.
And then, like, they kept using collective talk. Like, instead of talking like in an individual, they'd be like, you know how it's like for people like us. What do you mean?
I don't see a problem with that either. I really don't. Well, if that's a part of the storyline, why? Okay.
Oh,
just like Shang-Chi then.
This is why FNW or FNT embraces people that are in the same. There's not diversity of thought here, though, is there? Why can't people talk like that collectively? There is issues, and I think you know, well, I want to see what you're. Enough of that. Let's get more to it.
Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the hive mind. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
hive mind.
The hive mind
And-
we're all connected to.
And the whole story, even from like the side conversations in it, it's to like the plot. It's like it's so unrealistic of how an average Black person lives about their day to day.
No,
Like,
I have a problem with this. This is a white man saying that I have a problem with the way she's presenting this. It's not your, even if you feel it doesn't address it to you personally, that does not mean it's for everyone. I don't like when people try to speak for everyone. I don't think that's fair. So let's hear what else she has to say.
They made sure they put them in the projects, of course, and then they made it so like almost every conversation somehow had to do about race. Like I think white supremacists.
Okay, now I think there's some type. It can become offensive if it's a stereotype, like she said, they have to be in the projects. But if that's the setting for the story, I mean, I guess it comes to the context of the film. I do know that people behind, on screen and behind the camera, there's a lot of representation for Black talent in Hollywood made with this film. So if they feel comfortable saying, I want to have this film set in the projects and I want to deal with real world issues, I say more power to them. And I don't want to immediately go say it's an offensive stereotype. I also don't want to speak. Doing this type of commentary is tricky. I'll admit that. This is extremely tricky. But I don't. She's saying her opinion here is that it could be potentially an offensive stereotype, and of course, I'll wait till the context of the film before I react there. And but I want to be I would like to be careful with your life experiences. It does not mean it's the same for everyone else. It doesn't mean the problem doesn't exist just because you don't think it's an issue. I hate that going down that route.
Was vocalized within like the first 5 minutes, I want to say.
Oh my gosh.
Well, look how much Jeremy doesn't like that. Okay.
It's like the people that are telling these stories, like you can tell they.
And by the way, I love reacting to FNT daily vids because they're all together and it's edited where I don't have to watch a big long stream. Of course, Jeremy's going to have an issue with this. Let's hear his thoughts.
They are trying to give their perception of what they think the Black life is all about.
Isn't that what you're doing? Wait a second. Isn't that what he is doing here? You're doing the same thing, you social justice weirdo. A person in the entertainment industry that is Black says that this is. How are you to say? It's not the same for everyone. This is exactly what you're doing, you hypocritical bastard. Oh my God.
Had movies like Boys in the Hood growing up that were actually good, Juice.
Yeah.
So now you have all of these left-leaning white liberals that have never hung out with a Black person in their life trying to tell you
Wait a second. No, isn't the director of Hold on a second. I have to see who the writer was too. I don't have to do research here, but they don't. Jeremy doesn't do research before he spouts off. Candy and writer or director. Nia DaCosta, writer. See how the writer is. Written by Jordan Peele. DaCosta. Yes. So it's not a white liberal that wrote this, Jeremy. It's Jordan Peele. Directed by Nia DaCosta. Screenplay by Jordan Peele, Lynn Rosenfeld, and Nia DaCosta. So, all right. Just a little fact checking. I'll get back to the video.
Stories about how bad it is to be Black, and Black people can watch that and go, "What the fuck is this? This has nothing to do with anything."
What it seems to me is
not everyone. Don't speak for everyone, especially white dudes. Just because you have Gothix TV in the panel, the don't speak for black people bros. White bros, cool it, white bros.
Jordan Peele wasn't this way, and then he made one movie that was Get Out. Everybody latched onto the racism part of the movie and didn't realize that the movie was like a subversion of that trope.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, hey, you know what? Get Out worked really well. Why don't you make another one? And it's got to be just about the race. And then he made the next movie, and then it was all about race. And then this one, he wrote the screenplay for Candyman. And it seems like he's just in that niche now.
Yeah.
He's just stuck in
I do feel like Jordan Peele can go down this route, and I want to see him mix it up more, though, for sure. I actually agree with that part. Not every movie has to have this angle. If every movie has this angle, then it's going to get annoying. It's going to be the Shyamalan thing. You know, I do think, just like any creator of entertainment, you need to be diverse. So yes, if it keeps happening, it's going to get real stale real quick for Jordan Peele. But Nia DaCosta, isn't she doing the Marvels now? Captain Marvel 2?
Well,
horror / racism niche.
Here's the secret. It's because these people, they are no longer writing and producing films for you and me, the audience. They're producing films for their peers. They're producing films to be hailed by the journalists that they hire and to and the reviewers that want to continue.
I do agree with Clifton here, though. If you do go this angle, it's like a fast pass at Disney World. It is a fast pass to get extra credit. It is an extra credit fast pass. Look at the Academy Awards too. This is what there is some truth here. I'm not just going to shit on the video just to shit on it. I'm just waiting till where they say that they're going to compete with Hollywood. That's what I'm waiting for. But no, there is some truth there. There's a big disconnect. And this type of angle but it's talking about police in the police brutality and living in the projects. I think it's very apropos, and it can create an interesting angle for this Candyland reboot or Candyman. Sorry, I said Candyland. That's a different type of horror movie. But yes,
continue to have access to whatever studio insider gossip or whatever they want. What the public might actually want to see or what they might respond to is sort of a secondary consideration now. It's weird because we're also in an era. I feel like it's sort of like pro wrestling in a sense, in that the audience now seems smarter than the content. Like we have.
These guys are not smarter than the content. They all love that comment. Oh, I don't know. I got to check out Clifton Duncan. I haven't checked him out yet. You see that they love that. They think they're smarter than the writers talking about identity politics and one talking point through all your vids. Yeah, we're smart. We're smarter than those Hollywood bros. X-Ray Girl has still not said anything. Why is Odin there? He's such a waste of space. Odin is such a waste. Is this their charity? I know they like to say charity. Is Odin charity? Yes, Odin is Jeremy's most consistent charity. That's the biggest charity Jeremy has ever given, is keeping Odin around. Because we all saw his box office results videos. They're horrendous. Get to the point. Where do you think you're better than Hollywood?
One of the things that I love is that, like, if you go to comment section on any of I guess the geek culture websites or whatever, or commentators, it's like when I was a kid and you would like argue with your friend, you'd be trading cards or whatever, you'd be arguing with your friends about, if Wolverine went up against I don't know, Batman, like who would win, and like, which team was better? Is it going to be the Avengers or the X-Men? Or like you just argue about this kind of stuff, and just, it's not aggressive. You're just talking about it because you're steeped in that culture and you have like an emotional investment in it. But these people, they're so smart, and they're just passing these philosophies back and forth and their own interpretations of the story. You know what I mean? Like I've been watching a lot of like Justice League clips from the animated features, and just to see how deep people go when they're discussing like different plot lines or different references. I'm just like, dude, you have to pay attention to these people because they love this stuff. They're really, really into it. And you said before we came on, fan means fanatic. It's short for fanatic. And they're not making stuff for fans or fans of cinema or fans of good movies. They're making stuff for fans of their own socio-political worldview.
I don't think content is only made for agenda. I do think it's made for fans too. Of course, there's cases where they've jumped the shark, but overall, it really comes down to quality of the quality of the product. I don't see anything that's so ridden with agenda that it has nothing to do with the property at all. Like they like to make these false statements. I just don't see it yet. When it happens, I'll let you know.
And it's which is fine. You can do that. It's just don't get mad when people don't go see it and then call everyone losers. Just
Kevin Smith confirmed it when he said Netflix doesn't give a shit. They're like, oh, they don't care about what you think. It's not made for you. It's made for
Netflix. Netflix, He-Man or Masters of the Universe Revelation did really good numbers. That's why Netflix doesn't care, because everyone complaining about it watches it. These losers watch everything. They won't exist without it
for themselves.
Alex Kurtzman said it when he said it's no longer about Star Trek, it's about using it as a platform for our messages. It's all gone.
God. They're turning the entertainment is turning us what? Is that
entertainment's gone.
It's up to Hollywood to kind of right the ship, or they're just going to continue their decline.
Come on, Gary.
Right?
Tell us why you're better.
Right before he died, his last, the author Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right before he died, he did a last interview. And in his last interview, he was asked where entertainment was going to be going. And he said it would be more interactive. There's this new word called interactive. And it's going to be where the audience takes part. Back in the 1800s, early 1900s, during vaudeville and everything, the audience took part in every show. They were part of the show. And that's something that's been happening for a while with video games and now with live streaming. And that's where it's going to go. Hollywood can't compete against that because now anybody can turn on a microphone and turn on a camera, and it will just slowly decay at the far edges of Hollywood. Plus the paradigm shift of moving everything to streaming, where they're going to lose all kinds of money and actors aren't going to get good deals.
No, the creators are just going to streaming. If anything, listen, you and your nerd room is not competing with Hollywood. I like the sentiment where he said things are more interactive, but really they are not doing anything groundbreaking here. Every single person here is in a nerd room with a microphone and a shelf full of the stuff you criticize. Until you start doing something more, get up off your ass. Hollywood's not sweating you bros. Not sweating you bros, or Gothix TV, or even Clifton Duncan. Until you do something besides getting out of your nerd chair with your nerd microphone in your nerd room, no one is sweating anything. I still don't see the point of this. Can't compete with YouTube in the video game industry. Can video games take over? Is there a future where video games, the younger generations, prefer video games to cinema? I think if it gets so good, if the stories get really good and you have choice, I think that is a possibility. But not YouTubers that just sit there and complain. No. I mean, that's entertainment for a certain type of a viewer. That is not going to change. So maybe for the video game industry. But I still think people like to just sit back and relax and not have to make choices. I think it's not going to. I think they will coexist. They'll always coexist. There's profits to be made to combine the two too, but not where they can't compete. No, you got to be full of shit.
Deals anymore. They're going to get fucked in brand new ways, the same way the music industry fucked artists there. And if you already have a name,
I'll be real with you. They are already effed, and it's because of the age of the internet, where people are sick of subscribing to new streaming services and go to the high seas. But it's, again, people still watch it, they still engage in the content, and you're not taking over for sure. Even the next MCU fan, even Captain Marvel 2, Are you serious? You'd rather watch Gary complaining about it in a room than actually watching the film? If that's true, you're a sad person.
And you can embark on your own, then you're good. But if you're a new one, you don't have a chance. And then other people, who are talented see that, oh, it's not that.
I still have there is no shred of proof that you're talented. Sorry. No shred of proof. I don't care how many subscribers you have, how many views you get just because you're a hater of entertainment and like to participate in the cancel culture you claim to be against. There is nothing to show that you're talented. Nothing. Juvenile behavior, defending the worst of the worst on the internet, having the worst of the worst on the internet on your show. There is nothing to show that Gary of Nerdrotic is talented. Nope. Don't believe it.
It's just a waste of time to be a rock star. I'll go do something else, and then your industry starts to, not be as important. It'll always be around, but you're not getting the best of the best as far as the artists are concerned. That's the foundational problem. And then there's the added problems of just being a dumbass and going out and attacking fans. Like, you can't afford to lose customers at all.
Well, a lot of these people are not fans. A lot of these people are fans of politics. Again, political trolls that put politics ahead of everything. You're exactly what you claim to be against. And I want people to stop calling people that are haters of everything fans. You're not a fan. If you hate everything, you're not a fan. Sorry. Critique and nuance is lost on people that hate everything and find the next thing, or people rubbing their hands together like 3/4 White Garrett at the beginning saying, oh, Candyman's woke. I can't wait to talk about that.
Comic industry to this day has not figured it out. So we see comic book writers attacking fans over and over again, and then they're like, I can't pay my rent.
I am going to have a separate topic tomorrow, actually, for the member stream. Oh, actually, it's midnight. Later today, I will have a member stream of what we want out of people in entertainment. Do we want them to just sit there while we throw shit? Really? Do you not treat them like human beings? Unrealistic expectations of what you should expect from people in the entertainment industry. We get to throw shit constantly, false accusations, all kind of things, and you just have to sit there and take it. And that's what being a fan is. Being an advocate of fandom is what it's about. That's bullshit. Nope. I've decided now that's gonna be the topic for member stream, and then whatever else you want to talk about.
And I can't afford ramen. I don't know what to fucking tell you anymore. We've been trying to tell you for 4 years.
I think so much of what you said is right on point. And on top of that, I'd only add that I kind of feel like it's an amazing kind of fun era. And I say this to people a lot, which is that, the idea of stardom, the idea of fame, what that even means, it's completely changed. It's completely changed now. It's not what it used to be. Since we have so much access to quote unquote stars and celebrities now, but we also have platforms like YouTube where we have access to quote unquote normal people. And
stars are not going to want, the only kind of stars are the ones you're going to get like Alex Jones. No actual stars are going to want to come anywhere near these channels unless they're past their prime and they want to grift. Those are the grift. People in the industry that are past their prime that are not working that much or have already been those are the ones that are going to show up. No one relevant is going to show up except trolls, except the worst of the internet are going to want to show up on this channel.
We're finding that the normal people are actually way more interesting and intelligent and just quirky and fun to watch. I mean, I love that everyone will know who I'm referencing. I just love the fact that there's a guy who dresses up in some crazy Renaissance fair costume with a weird helmet and does a crazy voice and just
Duncan!
talks about I'm talking about Doomcock.
Oh my God, Clifton. That's depressing. He loves that Doomcock exists. Wow. Really? Okay. I guess everyone's free to their opinion. Wow, Duncan. I'm not checking. Forget Duncan. Forget you, Duncan. He's a well-spoken dude. I can't. I just can't with that comment.
It's not something that I knew I would ever be enjoying, but I'm enjoying it. Just the craziness of it, but also it's the information and it's like the rumors and the news and the gossip. So and where else can I get that? That's not Hollywood isn't doing that right now, and I feel
DOOMCOCK can compete with Hollywood. Oh my god! I have to change my. I have to do a thumbnail with that. Oh my goodness, are you crazy? Oh my goodness! No wonder, Kevin Street. No wonder you sent this to me. Are you serious? A peenhead can compete with Hollywood that spouts nonsense, that has an alter ego, potentially alter ego on BitChute. That's who Hollywood's got to work. No wonder you sent me this, Kevin. No wonder you sent me this clip. Oh my God. It wasn't Gary or anyone else. It was Clifton that said this. Oh my God. I have to finish this now. That's what's going to compete with Hollywood. Shit. If DOOMCOCK is taking over, I'm leaving. If DOOMCOCK gets a movie or is getting a series on Netflix or something because he becomes so popular, I will cancel my subscription. That's what I didn't like that that I'm not going to say the name of that movie that I didn't watch. Everyone complained about it, watched it. I didn't even watch it. There's lots of great things on Netflix. If they do, like, who was that YouTuber that showed up on Netflix? If DOOMCOCK gets a Netflix show, I'm out. I'm out this bitch. I will cancel my subscription in a heartbeat. Hell no. I can't believe I never would have thought that from Clifton. Clifton, I'm so disappointed in you. Wow, bro. Even Jeremy throws shade at DOOMCOCK.
Given everything that's happened over the past couple of years, especially, it's like, I agree. Like, you can't.
Did he do? Wait. Did he just say the beginning of this video that the people that he's talking about are more intelligent than Hollywood, and then he's fanboying over DOOMCOCK? I don't know. All right.
This is not the time to be alienating people. But because what they're going to do now is they're going to go, well, I got these video games, I got this whole internet community right now. I got YouTube, I got all kinds of other stuff that can divert my attention. Like, nobody cares if you're a movie star anymore, because you can be an Instagram booty model and have as many followers.
All the movie stars have to do is come to YouTube and then have all these talentless a-holes complain about it. Look at Jeremy. Whenever Brie Larson came to YouTube, everyone complained about it. That's all they have to do. They're the relevancy chart. They're way off the charts where you are. That is ridiculous.
Followers as Michael B. Jordan does.
Watch out, Brie Larson. Peenhead is taking over.
And the video game industry is now 3 times the size of Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not the big dogs anymore.
You're the big dog in the video game industry, because you can customize, create your own character, be you in a game.
And the video game is now grabbing the majority of the voice actor work. So
and it's like you've got like you were talking, Cliff. You got a 21-year-old TikTok chick who's just dancing that might have more influence than maybe some of the big.
No, they're not going to There's lots of reasons. There's a lot of simps on the internet too. They're not going to replace your entertainment. If all we get is TikTok e-girls and white bros in their nerd rooms, I'm going to get depressed if that becomes our entertainment. Wow, that I don't know. I was going to say something about the size of Ryan Kennel's bed. I don't know. Is he sleeping alone lately? I shouldn't have said that. Never mind.
Biggest stars in Hollywood.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's where we're at, and it's still pushing towards that direction.
Pokimane sits on a stream, she eats fucking cereal and watches other people's YouTube videos, and now she's on free.
That's supposed to be taking over our entertainment? God damn it. DOOMCOCK and Pokimane? What the? Oh, no. Oh, God, please help us. God, please help us. If it's DOOMCOCK and Pokimane are more relevant than I will oh my God. So that's what's better than the movie industry. Wow.
Guy in the Free Guy the movie. People watch it for whatever reason, and that's the influence that it gets. It's moved them into a movie star role, even if it's a cameo in a film. It doesn't matter. It still put them into a major Hollywood movie.
And they look down on this world. They look down on, you know.
No, I'm not looking down. There's a place for everything, but to say you're in the same relevancy as you know, Disney Plus series or Marvel or anything else, come on. Check yourself. No way.
Like they think that they're above it. And I'm like, no, man, like no one outside the industry is reading Variety or, you know, Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I
are.
mean? Like,
yes, they are.
Or, you know, whatever other publication that you hire a publicist so that
you're not more important than Hollywood Reporter or Variety. No. No. Friday Night Tights, no way. Do they even write articles? They just read them. I mean, the only ones that abounding in the comics, and you keep trying to push that, but that's it.
That your client gets featured in it. They're on YouTube and they're on like message boards and, you know, on social media talking about all this stuff. And you should pay attention to them because
X-ray girl, I'm still waiting.
They're telling you how to fix your stuff, and but you're calling them Nazis for it. Again, you have to laugh. It's funny. Yep. It's funny.
Thank you, Kevin Street. I went long on this one. What are your thoughts on that? Did you stay till the end? If you stayed till the end of the reaction, let me know. What would you do if Doomcock and Pokimane or your take over the entertainment industry movies, and you don't get movies, you just get more Pokimane and Doomcock? What would you do? Please answer. And yeah, tell me if you saw the end, and then recommend some more Madness reactions. That was fresh. I did not watch it ahead of time. I lost it a few times. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Remember to smash the thumbs up, and I'll see you later for members only stream.